folks. Maury from 316 Automotive here in Owasso, Oklahoma. There I am. We're working on a Saab 9.3, as you can see here. I'll get back, pan, and we can see it's a convertible. It's a 2000, and it's got the ubiquitous cowl shake that affects these cars. So what we've done is we've gone to Genuine Saab .com in Springfield, Missouri, and we got the 6-point subframe brace that you see right here. And I'm going to be installing that. It's a pretty cool kit. You can see it's got a couple of riv nuts here. Those are for the aft tube, right there and right there. And then regular bolts and nut strips for the mid and the forward attachments. And I'll take you over and show you what's underneath as well. Let me get my light and go underneath here. Now you can see it's kind of messy under here, but we'll take care of it. We've got an attach hole coming up right there, over there, a couple more back there, 2 more over here, total of 6, and it's going to stiffen up this whole area here so that we're not going to have that cowl shake anymore. And I'm sorry the lighting's not great because it's in my garage, but you can see we got the car up on ramps so I can get to it underneath here, and I'll give you a step-by-step on how it goes. And come back up. Oh, you can see my other project car there. This is a Volvo 1800. It's finished. The resto is finished. It's a sports car that Volvo made in the 60s and early 70s. And this one's going to be going up on eBay and probably Hemmings Motor News in the springtime. Right now it's about the first week in January of 2017. And I'll just show you, it's been, this resto here has been a 10-year work. Not steady, but off and on, doing just about everything that you can imagine. And there's, it's automatic, it's an 1800E. This is one of the ones that came with a BorgWarner 35 automatic, which was a 3-speed automatic, and I didn't like that too much, so I changed it out for an AW70 4-speed overdrive automatic out of a much later Volvo, and it drives much better now. So I like it a lot. Your highway cruising speeds are 70 miles an hour, about 2,900 RPMs, much better. So, but I've only got room for 1 car, as you can see. I've got 2 stuffed in here, and then a couple of motorcycles that my son and I are doing the resto on, a couple of Hondas. And so we are chock full here at 316 Automotive, but we will give you a blow-by-blow as to what we're doing here. Yesterday I went and replaced the crankshaft position sensor. You can see it right down there in the center of the screen, more or less. Deep down there. I know it's kind of hard to get to. Kind of hard to see. Yesterday, and that went well. Kind of difficult, but there are plenty of videos on that, and so I didn't do a video on that. But we're going to do videos on the rest of the Saab here as we go along. So, more later. See ya. Well, we are back again under the car. You can see the riv nut that is on the driver's side is already installed, but there's a hole in the passenger side on the aft 2 holes that still needs to be installed. That was a square hole, as you can see, and the instructions from genuinesaab.com say make it a bit rounder with a 1/2 inch bit or a 12.5 millimeter drill bit, and so that's what I've done. And then I put some primer on it to seal the exposed metal edges. I don't want to allow any rust to start getting in there, and I'm going to put the other riv nut in the square hole. So you can put a round peg in a square hole. Hi there, we're back at 316 Automotive. We've got the 6-point brace in for the subframe. As you can see, it took quite a bit of fettling, and anything that you can do that you're going to do like this to get a subframe in, you're going to be needing to do a lot of workarounds and grinding and things to make things fit. We had to grind the subframe of the car a little bit to make the holes fit, because the holes were about a 1/2 hole off on 2 of them, and so we jacked the car this way and that to try and rack the subframe a little bit and get it closer. No go. And so we had to do a little bit of grinding, but we got it all in now, and we're going to go take it for a test drive. It seems nice and solid, and so we'll get back to you after the test drive. Hopefully that cowl shake is gone. You can see in the back there, right there and there, those were the nut plate fasteners, and we got them in. So let me do some driving around. We'll get it off the jacks here, and we'll see how well it goes, and we will report back. See ya. Hi folks, Maury with 316 Automotive. I'm still on the 6-point subframe brace. As you can see right here, one of the riv nuts, I had to, well, both of them actually, that's one of them, I had to tack it in place. I squashed it down like you normally do, and there's the other one. And you can see it's got paint on it now, but I had to put some spot weld, 4 spot welds on each of those in order to get them to stop spinning. That was unfortunate, but you know, they're riv nuts, that's the name of the game, so that's how it is. And then over here you can see here's one of the attach points right there, and I had to, that's one of the holes that I had to elongate because the brace wouldn't fit, and they're about 1/2 hole off. And so I welded a big washer after I got done with grinding the hole in the subframe and elongating it. I took a big steel washer and I centered it over my new hole, and I welded it in place. And the same thing for the forward driver's side position, and of course the mid driver's side position right there. You know, you got to do that for these older cars when who knows how much they've been beaten and driven, and they get a little cattywampus on the road, and things don't always line up. So you do what you got to do. And then there's the other hole. And here's the passenger side. There's one hole. There's the other hole. Those go in fine. And of course the back one there that I just told you about. So I'm getting ready to install this subframe, the brace, 6-point brace, and I'll send you some more pictures here in just a bit. Okay folks, we're back, and the 6-point subframe brace is in, as you can see, all the way back. And it's not a job for the faint of heart. You definitely are going to be working and finagling and fettling to get this thing in, but it's a good addition to the Saab 9.3 series, especially the convertibles, to stiffen up the subframe so that you can reduce the cowl wobble and hopefully get a better driving vehicle. So my next project on this thing is, I don't know, the driver's seat doesn't work. I suppose I should get to that. So this is Maury for 316 Automotive, signing off for right now. See ya. Hi folks, Maury with 316 Automotive here again, looking at the Saab 9.3 that we're doing the 6-point subframe brace on. Had a little bit of difficulty. We went for a test ride, and I had some washers, thick washers welded in right there and right over there, because I had to slot those holes, if you'll remember last time, and took it for a test drive, and yes, it does work, but I felt it could be a little bit tighter, and so I came over on this side and I welded a washer right there and a corresponding washer right over there. So all of the forward and mid supports have thick welded washers on them that capture the subframe brace a lot better. And then the aft holes, way back there, you can see that one, and you can see that one right there. The light's not so good. At the end of this tube right there, and at the end of this tube right there, have steel riv nuts, and I had to weld those in a little bit more, you know, tack them around the perimeter so they wouldn't rotate, because they were rotating. I saw them. So anyway, got it all back together, and it is nasty outside here in beautiful Owasso, Oklahoma, and it is like it's about freezing outside right now, and rain coming down, and that is a recipe for disaster. So my garage is nice and warm and heated. So warm and heated, you get that? And so that's where I've been all today doing the work, and I'm done. Tomorrow I'm gonna, when the weather clears up tomorrow afternoon, I'm gonna take it out and we're gonna do a little test drive, and I think it'll fix up that that cowl shake just a little bit more, and so we're gonna be good.